Be me. 38-year-old CEO of my tech company. Founded this company 7 years ago with 3 other people. We make enterprise data management solutions. Grew from 4 people in a co-working space to 140 employees and $80 million in annual revenue. Venture-backed, Series C funded, on track for IPO talks next year. Everything I've worked for since getting my MBA and spending 15 years climbing the tech industry ladder. But there's always been something bothering me about this industry. Sitting in board meetings, looking around, counting. Investors, 7 men, 2 women. C-suite, 6 men including me making 1 woman. Engineering leads, all men. I notice everything. Notice how men interrupt me in meetings. Notice how they explain things I already know. Notice the client dinners where I'm the only woman at a table of 12. Notice the golf outings I don't get invited to. Notice the culture fit conversations that somehow always favor hiring more men. I didn't claw my way to the top of this industry to perpetuate the same broken systems. Start really examining our company demographics last spring. Engineering, 84% male. Product, 71% male. Sales, 68% male. Even HR is 50-50, when it should be our strongest female department. Bring this up at executive meeting. Marcus, my CTO, says, "We hire the best candidates regardless of gender." That phrase makes my blood boil. Regardless of gender is code for maintaining the status quo. It ignores systemic barriers, ignores socialization that pushes girls away from STEM, ignores confidence gaps created by patriarchal structures, ignores that best is defined by criteria created by and for men. I smile and nod, but I'm done listening to this. Spend the next month having quiet conversations with our female employees. Learn about microaggressions they face daily. Learn about being talked over in stand-ups. Learn about ideas ignored until a man says the same thing. Learn about comments about their clothes, their voices, their aggression when they're assertive. Everything I suspected, confirmed. Start documenting everything. Have my assistant compile data on every project delay, every client complaint, every technical debt issue. Unsurprisingly, I can trace problems back to male-led initiatives. The cloud storage integration that went over budget by 40%, led by Marcus. The client we nearly lost last quarter, mismanaged by Brad in sales. The security patch that went out buggy, men in QA who cut corners. The pattern is clear once you look for it. Bring in consultants on organizational behavior. Expensive, but worth it. They confirm what I already know. Diversity drives innovation. Homogeneous teams have groupthink. Research is clear that gender-diverse companies perform better. Spend 3 months building my case. Getting board members on my side one by one. Emphasizing our need to differentiate in the market. Emphasizing our responsibility as industry leaders. Got 2 board members fully convinced. 3, more skeptical but willing to let me try limited initiatives. Frame it as bold vision for the future. Present comprehensive restructuring plan at August board meeting. We're going to become the first major tech company with a fully gender-balanced workforce. Show them the research. Show them the performance data from our competitors who prioritize diversity. Show them the consulting reports. Show them the PR value. Show them how this positions us for acquisition or IPO. Get conditional approval. Balanced workforce, they say. I nod and smile. Balance is just the beginning. Start with the obvious terminations. Marcus has to go first. He's been my biggest obstacle. Every gender initiative I've proposed, he's pushed back. Every hire I've wanted to make more inclusive, he's cited technical requirements. Call him into my office on a Friday afternoon. "Marcus, we're making organizational changes and your role is being eliminated." He looks stunned. "What? Why does this actually funny? Is this about the Q3 numbers?" Because the platform stability is actually ahead of... Wait. This isn't about any single metric. The company is evolving and we need leadership that aligns with our values going forward. I've been with the company since we were 8 people. I built the entire infrastructure from scratch. And we appreciate your contributions. Severance will be generous. He's still processing. Is this because I pushed back on the diversity quotas? I feel my jaw tighten. We don't have quotas, Marcus. We have equality initiatives. And the fact that you frame it that way proves this is the right decision. He leaves my office in a daze. Security escorts him out 20 minutes later. Watch from my window as he carries his box to his car. Feel nothing but relief. This is what change looks like. It's uncomfortable, but necessary. Over the next 2 weeks, eliminate the CTO role, VP of Engineering, 4 engineering directors, and 12 senior engineers. Carefully documented performance issues for each. Not hard to find when you know what to look for. Cut 3 sales directors and 8 account executives. Restructure product team. Eliminate 2 product VPs and 6 product managers. Operations, finance, IT, clean sweep of senior male leadership. By mid-September, we've cut 47 male employees, mostly senior level, mostly high comp. HR director tries to raise concerns. This pattern of terminations could expose us to discrimination claims. She's been here too long. Thinking like them. Let her go too. Hire new HR director. Woman who used to work at non-profit, focusing on women's workplace advancement. She gets it. Board gets nervous about the sudden exodus. Explain it's necessary to break old patterns. Explain we're eliminating redundancies and creating more efficient structure. Emphasize the cost savings from cutting high salary positions. They calm down when they see the expense reduction. Now comes the exciting part. Hiring the team I've always envisioned. Post every position with explicit language about our commitment to gender equity. Work with recruiters who specialize in placing women in tech. Partner with women in tech organizations. Applications flood in. So many talented women who've been overlooked by the industry. Women who went to good schools, have decent experience, but got stuck at lower levels. Women who face bias at traditional companies. Women who are hungry for opportunity. Review hundreds of applications personally. Make sure every hire aligns with the vision. By November, we've rebuilt the team. New CTO. Woman who was senior engineer at mid-size company. New VP engineering, woman who led small team at startup. New engineering team, 23 women, backgrounds ranging from boot camps to CS degrees. New sales leadership, women who've worked in various industries. New product team, all women. 142 total employees now, exactly 3 men remaining in entire company. Facilities manager, 1 sales guy who covers our Midwest region remotely, and 1 engineer who works from our satellite office. Barely even noticed they're still here. Look around the office in December. This is what the future looks like. Conference rooms full of women's voices. All hands meetings where women lead every presentation. No more interruptions. No more talking over each other. Collaborative environment where everyone feels safe. Exactly what I envisioned. Announce at holiday party that we're now 97% women. Everyone cheers. This is the team that will take us to IPO. This is the team that will change the industry. January brings first small concerns. Release of our Q4 product updates gets pushed. New CTO, Rebecca, says the team needs more time. The codebase is really complex, and we're still getting up to speed on Marcus's architecture. That's fine. Quality over speed. Client kickoff meetings for new implementations start having issues. One client emails that our technical team couldn't answer basic questions about database optimization. Forward to Rebecca. Please ensure the team is prepared for client calls. She responds that the client's questions were very specific to legacy systems. Fair enough. These things take time. Team is still learning. February brings more delays. Major client was supposed to go live with expanded integration. They're our second biggest account, $4 million annually. Launch gets pushed by 3 weeks. Their VP of technology calls me directly. We've been trying to work with your team, but honestly, they don't seem to understand our infrastructure requirements. I'll personally ensure we get the right resources assigned. Talk to Rebecca. She says the client is being demanding and unrealistic. Says their legacy systems are poorly documented. Says they keep changing requirements. I know how difficult clients can be, especially men who don't want to work with women's technical expertise. Have our account team smooth things over. March is when things start getting critical. Implementation finally happens. Breaks their entire reporting system. Their data warehouse stops syncing. They have to roll back. Their CTO is furious. Your team deployed without proper testing. We explicitly outlined the testing protocols and they were ignored. This is amateur hour. Rebecca says they followed our standard deployment process. Says the client's infrastructure had undocumented dependencies. Have to comp them 2 months of service. $666,000 hit. Board meeting that week is tense. What happened with the client? Asked David, lead investor. Integration complexity with their legacy systems. We're implementing better discovery processes. This is a significant client. Can we ensure this doesn't happen again? Absolutely. The team is learning from this. Notice him exchanging glances with other board members. April brings Q1 results. Revenue is flat. Should have grown 15% based on contracts. Dig into numbers with new CFO, Patricia. We're not delivering implementations. Backlog of 19 client projects waiting. Engineering is bottlenecked. Rebecca says the team is working as fast as they can. The technical debt from the previous team is significant. We're having to refactor a lot of code. How long until we're caught up? Honestly, maybe Q3. We need to stabilize the platform first. Q3 is 6 months away. Start getting pulled into client calls personally, something I never had to do before. We had people for this. $2.8 million annual client considering leaving. Your support response times have tripled. Issues that used to get resolved in hours are taking days. We can't operate like this. Talk to new support director, Michelle. The team is doing their best, but the issues are really technical. We keep escalating to engineering and they're overwhelmed. Talk to Rebecca again. Engineering can't be support's crutch. We need product team to document better and support to solve tier 1 issues. The product documentation doesn't cover the actual implementation complexity, and support doesn't have technical background to solve real issues. Then we need to train them better. With what bandwidth? May board meeting is hostile. Q1 results are officially bad. Revenue flat, expenses up from all the hiring, profit margin compressed by 8 points. Client satisfaction scores dropped 22 points. Renewal rate dropped from 94% to 81%. What is happening? David isn't even trying to be diplomatic. We're working through transition challenges. This is expected when you restructure. It's been 6 months. When does transition end and performance begin? Q3, we'll see stabilization. Q4, back to growth. You need to fix this, fast. Our next fund has LPs asking questions about this investment. Spend every day now, in emergency mode, client escalations constantly. $3.2 million client, our third largest. Their implementation has been delayed 4 times. Now they're 8 months past original timeline. Their CEO emails me directly. We've paid you $240,000 in implementation fees and have nothing to show for it. Either deliver in 30 days or we're terminating and pursuing legal remedies. Pull Rebecca into office. They need to go live in 30 days. That's impossible. The integration requires... I don't care what it requires. Make it happen. The team is already working 60-hour weeks. Then they work 70. This client cannot walk. She looks at me with something like resentment. Maybe if we had more experienced... Don't. We have talented people. They need to execute. Launch happens on day 29. It's buggy. Crashes twice in first week. Data sync issues cause inventory discrepancies. They find the problems before their customers do, thankfully. But their trust is gone. June brings the exodus. $3.2 million client terminates. $2.8 million client terminates. $4 million client reduces contract by 60%, drops to minimal service tier. $3.2 million becomes $1.3 million. $7.9 million in annual revenue gone in 3 weeks. Board calls, emergency meeting. I'm prepared with recovery plan, show pipeline of new prospects, show product improvements coming in Q3, show client retention initiatives. David cuts me off. Stop. I need you to be honest. Can your current team execute? Feel my defenses rising. Yes, they need more time and resources. You've had time, you've had budget. Results are getting worse, not better. Rebuilding a company culture doesn't happen overnight. I'm not talking about culture. Can your engineering team build and ship product reliably? They're learning complex systems. That's not what I asked. Everyone's staring at me. Yes, they can execute. Then why aren't they? They are. Rome wasn't built in. The company was built in 2 years. Marcus and the original team built everything we're still selling. What's been built in the last 6 months? Feel heat rising in my face. We've been stabilizing, refactoring, improving. Name one new feature shipped to clients. Mind goes blank. We've been so focused on keeping existing things running. We're in consolidation phase. You're in crisis phase, and I'm not confident in the recovery plan. Meeting ends badly. July is hell. More clients leave. Implementation backlog grows to 27 projects. Support tickets have average resolution time of 11 days. Used to be same day for most issues. Sales team can't close deals. Prospects ask about client references. Our former advocates won't return calls. One prospect does back-channel reference checks. Emails me directly. We heard some concerning things about your platform stability and support. Can you address? Whatever they heard was bad enough they don't even want to schedule a demo. Engineering is in chaos. Rebecca admits the team is struggling. The platform architecture is really complex. A lot of it doesn't make sense. We're trying to understand why Marcus built things certain ways. Can you figure it out? We're trying, but honestly, some of this is beyond our team's experience level. First time she's admitted it. What do you need? Senior architects who know distributed systems, the kind of people who've built infrastructure at scale. Hire them. We've tried it. Our reputation in the market is not good right now, and the really qualified candidates are expensive and mostly... She stops. Mostly what? Mostly male. The women with that level of experience are rare and already placed at top companies. Feel my stomach drop. So hire the qualified candidates regardless of... Can't even finish the sentence. Everything I've built this on. Just do what you need to do. August board meeting. I'm prepared for battle. But they're not even fighting anymore. David speaks for everyone. The other board members and I have discussed this extensively. We need to make a change. The room tilts. What kind of change? Leadership change. We're looking for an interim CEO while you transition to a different role. You're firing me. We're restructuring. You can remain as Chief Vision Officer or take severance. This is my company. I founded this. You founded it with 3 other people who we bought out 2 years ago, and you've been CEO under the board's appointment. That appointment is ending. You're doing this because I prioritized gender equity, because I challenged the status quo. We're doing this because revenue is down 28%, client retention is catastrophic, and the company is headed for insolvency. Give me more time. We don't have more time. We have runway for 8 more months at current burn rate. We need someone who can stop the bleeding. Feel tears forming. Refuse to let them see. Who are you bringing in? We're talking to several candidates. Interim CEO will start in 2 weeks. Walk out of that meeting in a fog. Everything I worked for. Everything I sacrificed. Destroyed because I tried to do the right thing. 2 weeks later, meet the interim CEO, Steve. Of course it's a Steve, 58 years old, grey hair, been CEO of 3 tech companies. Turnaround specialist, they call him, which means he cuts costs and sells what's left. Watch him tour the office. Watch him meet the team. Watch him review the numbers. Week 2, he starts individual meetings with everyone. Week 3, he calls me in. I've assessed the situation. It's worse than the board indicated. We're going through a rough patch, but... You have 27 client implementations that are 3 to 8 months delayed. Your platform has critical technical debt. Your engineering team doesn't have the expertise to maintain the existing systems, let alone build new features. You're burning $890,000 a month and bringing in declining revenue. This isn't a rough patch. This is organizational failure. The team needs more support and... I've spoken with your team. They're honest about being in over their heads. Rebecca told me directly she doesn't know how to fix the core platform issues. Then we need to hire... I've been doing this 30 years. I know what a capable team looks like and what a struggling team looks like. Your team is drowning. Say nothing. I need to ask you something directly. Where are the people who built this platform originally? We restructured last year. I know. Where are they now? I don't know. Various companies. You're going to need to find them. Feel my chest tighten. Why? Because they're the only ones who can save this. My team can. Your team can't. I'm sorry, but it's true. We need the people who built this to come stabilize it while we figure out next steps. I'm not doing that. Then I'll have the board do it. But it'll be better coming from you. Spend 3 days avoiding this. Finally have my assistant track down contact info. Marcus first. Find him on LinkedIn. Now CTO at a well-funded Series B startup. His profile shows they just raised $40 million. Compose email. Delete it. Compose another. Delete it. Finally, just write simple message. Marcus, I hope you're doing well. The company is going through some challenges and we could use your expertise. Would you be open to a conversation about consulting? He responds in 2 hours. No thank you, that's it. Try to call him. Goes to voicemail. Marcus, please. I know things ended badly, but the company is in trouble. We need help with the platform architecture. Just a few months of consulting, name your rate. He doesn't call back. Email again. Marcus, I'm asking you to consider what's best for the company. We built this together. There are 142 people whose jobs depend on this company surviving. Please. This time, he responds. You built it with me, Brad, Anish, and Sarah. Then you systematically removed everyone who built it. You made it very clear you didn't value our contributions. Now you have what you wanted, a company without us. I hope you figure it out, but I'm not interested in fixing what you broke. Good luck. Try Brad next. VP of Sales at a Fortune 500 now. Same response. Try the engineering directors. One is at another major tech company. One started his own company. One is CTO at a competitor. All say no. Some politely, some bluntly. One, Krishna, responds, "You fired me over a video call after 6 years of 80-hour weeks building that platform. Didn't even let me say goodbye to my team. Now you want me to come back and fix your problems?" Absolutely not. And I've talked to the others. None of them are interested either. You made your choices. September board meeting. Steve presents his findings. The technical debt is insurmountable with current team. I've reached out to the original engineering leadership about consulting. They all declined. David looks at me. You tried too? Nod. They won't even take my calls. What about offering them significant equity, premium rates? Steve shakes his head. It's not about money. They've all moved on to good positions. And frankly, there's bad blood. They feel disrespected by how their tenure ended. So what are our options? Sell the company for whatever we can get, or shut down and return remaining capital to investors. The room goes silent. There's no recovery path? Asks one board member. Not that I can see. We can't deliver for current clients, so they're leaving. We can't take new clients because we can't implement. We can't fix the platform because we don't have the expertise. It's a death spiral. What about hiring new senior engineers? Our reputation is damaged. We're not getting quality candidates. And even if we did, they'd need 6 to 9 months to understand this code base well enough to fix it. We don't have 6 to 9 months of runway. October brings the final collapse. 2 more major clients terminate. We're down to $38 million in annual revenue from $80 million 18 months ago. Layoffs start. Steve cuts the team to 60 people. November, we get an acquisition offer. Competitor offers $12 million for the customer list and technology. Company that was valued at $120 million in Series C, now worth $12 million. Board votes to accept. I vote against. Doesn't matter. December, the deal closes. Acquiring company takes the codebase and clients. Keeps 22 employees. Everyone else gets severance. I get my severance too. $400,000. I made $280,000 salary plus options worth millions on paper. Now I get $400,000 and worthless equity. Final office closing day, I walk through empty floors. Desks abandoned, whiteboards still showing sprint plans that will never complete. Conference rooms where I announced our bold new vision. All gone. Sit in my office one last time. Think about what I was trying to build. Think about how certain I was. Think about all the warning signs I ignored. Think about best candidate regardless of gender, and how much I hated that phrase. Think about Marcus carrying his box to his car. Think about 142 people who trusted me. Think about the clients we failed. Think about the investors who lost money. All because I was so sure I was right. So sure that gender mattered more than experience. So sure that my vision mattered more than execution. So sure that I was fixing something broken, built exactly what I wanted, and it collapsed. Steve stops by my office. You heading out? Yeah. For what it's worth, your intentions were good. Doesn't matter now. No, it doesn't. Can I ask you something? Do you think it could have worked? If the team had been more experienced, if we'd had more time? He considers for a long moment. Honestly, the premise was flawed. You can't build a great company by excluding talented people for any reason. Gender, race, age, whatever. You build great companies by finding the best people and creating environments where they can do their best work. Sometimes that means fixing discrimination, fixing bias, fixing broken systems. But the fix isn't discrimination in the other direction. The fix is actual fairness. I thought I was creating fairness. You were creating revenge. There's a difference. Nothing to say to that. Walk out for the last time. Building lobby is empty. Company logo still on the wall. Won't be there much longer. Drive home in silence. Apartment feels empty. Spent the last 2 years working 80-hour weeks. No relationship, no hobbies. Sacrificed everything for the company, for the vision. Check LinkedIn one last time. Marcus posted about his startup's product launch. Successful beta, major clients signed. His team looks happy in the photo. Diverse too, I notice. Women and men, different races and backgrounds. All smiling. All there because they're good at what they do. See Brad posted about hitting President's Club at his company. See the engineering directors thriving at their new roles. They all moved on, built new things, succeeded without me. While everything I built collapsed. Close laptop, sit in the dark. Think about the phrase I hated so much. Best candidate regardless of gender. Maybe regardless was the point. Maybe that was always the point. Too late now. The company is gone. My reputation is destroyed. My fortune is gone. My certainty is shattered, and the men I was so sure I didn't need. They're doing just fine without me.